sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Welcome back to DBL. Have you ever found yourself saying sorry for things that don't really need it? Well, get this. 1 in 4 people apologize for something outside of their control every day. And we want to know why. So here to help us stop saying sorry and owning our voice is best-selling author and mindset coach Laura Gassner Otting. Welcome back, Laura.
Hello, it's great to be here.
All right, Laura, let's jump right in. Research says that women say sorry more often, but they don't really apologize. I'm not sure what that means. I'm a stupid man. Before we start, what does that mean?
Well, a lot of times the apology is just a verbal tick that we all have. Mm-hmm. We think women apologize more, but it turns out we all apologize about 80% of the time that we think we're wrong. It's just that we women think we're wrong more often than you men. And that's because we tend to intuit and interpret what's going on around us a little bit differently. Like, I had a boss once who used to yell at me all day long. And finally, one day I went into his office and I was like, dude, I have to quit. Like, you got to stop screaming at me. And he was like, screaming? We're just communicating. So it really has to do with how we talk to one another.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is very me. I do sorry, sorry, sorry all day long. Tell me, how does apologizing all the time really impact our lives personally and professionally? Because I would think it brings you down.
It absolutely brings you down. If we apologize when we're wrong, it's because we deem that wrong to be failure. So if we think any misstep means that we have to have an apology, it means we don't take risks. So personally, it trains our brains to assume that we're wrong. It reduces our zest for adventure. It teaches us to shrink instead of grow. And professionally, it impacts our ability to put forth good ideas or to amplify other people in a meeting. It also paints us as maybe being a little less competent in the eyes of our colleagues. And
right.
It always stops us from going after the promotion or that next big job.
Why are you laughing at me, Al? I'm competent.
I'm not. I was nodding my head.
Okay.
So what are some tips for Tori on how, right? Some tips for how we can correct this behavior.
So we have to think about what we do as women, right? Like, we try to be nice. We shrink ourselves down. We stop talking as somebody else starts. We couch our criticism. But I want us all to think a little bit more like men. Women are nice. We don't upset anybody. But men are kind. They have something to give, right? They amplify other people. They mentor other people. And that has this connotation of power. So I want us to stop trying to be so nice and shrink all the time and think about maybe putting ourselves in a room as this bigger version of ourselves, as kind, as having kindness, as opposed to trying to have to be nice.
I love this. So I want to continue on that beat. So you say women need to stop being so nice and instead use kindness strategically. How do we do that?
So think about how we can do that. You amplify other people. You teach somebody a new skill. Maybe you offer a helping hand. If you are somewhere that you have something to give, something to teach, something that you can bring to the table, make sure you take up space at that table, because that means that you're bringing some element of power. When we feel powerful, we are less likely to shrink ourselves down and apologize for just existing.
That's good.
I mean, it's really good. And honestly, I'd heard this before, but when people achieve a certain level of success, they start to doubt themselves, and they do it so much, it's called imposter syndrome. So how can people that have this look at this trait as maybe a good or a bad thing?
Oh, I love this question, because my latest book is all about the idea that imposter syndrome is actually not a bad thing. It's assigned to you, right? You're an imposter. You should leave. You've got a syndrome. Oh, you're sick. Maybe you should lay down. And it's assigned to somebody who is somewhere they've never been before. But if you think about it, instead of seeing that as a limitation, oh, you haven't been here before, we need to turn it around and see it as an invitation. Like, wow, how amazing. Congratulations. You're somewhere you've never been before. And I interviewed 100 different glass ceilings shatterers, Olympic medalists, startup unicorns, everyday people like all of us, and every single one of them thrived in this moment of uncertainty, of uncertain success, because they said to themselves, isn't this amazing? Logic tells me that I got here because I learned how to ask questions. I learned how to find mentors. I learned how to solve problems. So logic will also tell me I'll be able to do that again. I shouldn't apologize for being here. I should be excited that I got here.
Wow, that's great. That's awesome.
I think that's universal, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that
It is
all the
absolutely
time.
universal. Absolutely. Men and women.
Yeah.
What helpful information. Thank you
That was
so
really
much,
good.
Laura. DBL Nation, be sure to pick up Laura's book, Wonderhell, now in paperback. We appreciate everything that you had to say. Thank you
That was
so
really
much.
good.
Good to see
Thank
you.
you.
That was great.
Thanks for having me back.
We'll be right back.